why don't we all come together right now in this moment and make a pact? Let us make a pact that this is the first moment of your ascended existence. This is the beginning of a deepening of the path that you hadn't found before. Yes, often you turned to theory, you turned to what you had been taught. But let us now say that everything that has happened to you in the life that came before this moment is now integrated. This means that no longer shall karma find a space in your reality. No longer shall reactions be the result of actions. No longer shall you allow yourself to be fooled and tricked by that which you call your memory. Let us make this pact that this is the beginning of a new way of life. That whatever came before, you will now finalize, as you will prepare for the years ahead, for the ascension of all matter, which is an inevitable individual process and a global process, and for the world that awaits you after that. Because, Imzaia, when I started talking through this body many years ago, and I started the class that you know as the Mastering the Grand Illusion series, I spoke from a point that you considered the future. This has been said often, that I projected myself inward to your reality from the past, but outward to your reality from what you consider the future. The past would be considered the fluid Lemuria. The future would be considered New Earth. This vague concept that all of you have carried with you throughout all of these years, that allowed you to grasp and hold on to your biggest dreams. Dreams that today in this earth you see shattered in front of you as everything is closing down in such a way that it can no longer be ignored. But Pah Ekara, I'm here today to tell you, celebrate the closing of the old and look forward to the opening of the new. Because, Imzaia, you hold the key. Not only do you hold the key, but you are the key maker. You are the one that decides which lock gets turned and which door gets opened. For even if we exist on a timeline that is going towards ascension of all matter, and where many beings with us have worked on creating the perfect timeline, still the outcome of this timeline, albeit positive in every single way, is a fluid one. The fluidity is a good thing, but not if it means that you allow others to create and fill in the blanks for you. In the 2 years that are ahead now, which is one of the reasons why this Sovereign Ascension Spectrum technique is coming out, there are a lot of blanks that still need to be filled in. And you have trained yourselves, you have prepared yourselves throughout the ages to make sure that you would be ready to take upon you that part, that responsibility. While many Imzaia are now going, responsibility is not part of the Imzaia collective, Well, yes, it is, and no, it isn't. I am talking about the responsibility that comes with knowing that which is truth. And one of the things that happens with a being that learns about truth is the following. They become ambassadors for it. The reason why that happens is that as this truth begins to emerge from their lives, it becomes impossible to not share it through deeds and actions and words and theories and practice with others. To now step forward into a new space, which is your Sovereign Ascension Spectrum, where magic can take place at any given moment. That is why this message right now is for you. You listening to this in this moment, you are opening up once again to the magic in your life. Did you know, Imzaia, that the world is a magical place? Did you know that miracles happen every second? I bet a part of you would say yes, but I also know that a big part of you doesn't recognize these things, no matter where you are on the path today. It is my intent in opening up your Sovereign Ascension Spectrum in this introduction to it, to change this paradigm for you once and for all. Magic does happen. Miracles are plentiful. And you are the one creating them. But do you understand what that means? It doesn't mean that when you create something, you necessarily see the end result of it. Oh no. No. You are all creators of peace. You are all creators of beauty. You are all creators of expansion and of love and joy, etc. Yet, these things do not always manifest in your life, and yet there is a part of you that is always enabling these things to pour out and to flow into the lives of either yourself and your loved ones or the lives of unknown people out there. We must reorient the energy that is operating within you, that you call life force, to work both ways. So far, in the days that were past now, and the many days that have come before that, your life force was a one-directional device. It meant that you could emit it, but you could not see the world through it. At this point in time, that is changing. You can start seeing the world through the life force that is within you. The only reason for that is that everything that is outside of you, or that appears to be outside of you, is turning into the same substance. It also means that on one level, your difficulties are ending. On another level, new ones are beginning. The difficulties that will represent themselves now are not about survival or any of these things the way they have been before, but simply, Imzaia, about communication. Do you understand what that means? Communication. Communication in this hologram has been widely misunderstood as a space that exists between two or more participants wanting to interact with each other. And when they do, communication is born. No. Actually, the funny thing is that in the past when this happened, usually when people got together to talk, communication ended. And when people thought of someone in the privacy of their own space is when they had the good thoughts about someone or the heartfelt feelings about someone, because they had the representation of that energy that is being represented inside of their own energy field of that person to connect to. Now, as you move from co-creation to intercreation, no longer will energy fields overlap from time to time. They will always be overlapping.